Oh my god. Hello everyone and welcome to the return of Portimao to the F1 game as we're doing a 5 tyre challenge versus 0% AI. Now if you guys are going to enjoy this video, like and subscribe as I'm on the road to 100,000 subs and over 50% of you are not subscribed to watch my content. So if you want to help me out, consider hitting the red subscribe button. But yeah, here we are at the returning Portimao circuit and we're going to try and beat AI using every single compound here today. So hopefully you enjoy and let's get into the action. There's one rule in place for these videos, and that is the wet and the intermediate compound have to be used for at least 2 laps. Other than that, we can do whatever we want in terms of the order, the preference of the tyres. It's up to us and we can basically do it our own way. So for this one, we're going to start on the hard tyre and get that tyre off ASAP. And then also fuel wise, I'm going for 2 laps less as I'm expecting to save a lot of fuel because we've got to go through the pit lane at least 4 times or 5 times. So yeah guys, we're going to jump into it here today. So leave a like if you're excited, subscribe for more challenges like this, and let's get into it. Now just to add another challenge, I've chosen to skip the formation lap. Therefore, our tyres are going to be like ice blocks. So I don't think we're going to be competitive off the line as we try to find some traction. You can see our tyres are freezing cold, below 70 degrees. So we're going to be very, very careful on these, on this opening lap as we're literally driving on ice blocks. Down to turn 3 then as we send out the inside. Important to be cautious here on these tyres and also not go for any stupid rash moves as we make our way up the hill through turn 4, now down to turn 5. Trying to pick a line here as we go into the brake zone. We're going to go nice and deep on the brakes. Hopefully we don't get an illegal overtake for that as we go around the outside of a few cars. And we're up to P13 already. I want to mention that I've turned the safety car off for obvious reasons so that we don't gain any unfair advantages. The VSC also is off as a consequence of that. Through turn 8, the trickiest corner on F1 2021. And oh my god, we almost lose our front wing there on Ricardo. Luckily I just got off the gas in time.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
So we're going to box this lap and waste no time. We're going to get the wet tyres on, I think, first and get those out of the way, as we have to do 2 laps on that compound. Trying to cut our way through here one by one. Now we're just starting to get some tyre temp so we can start to push, but we're going to have to pit, so it doesn't really matter as we get past Bottas. Lando Norris as well, we might get him as well. We're going to go outside and then back to the inside into the pit lane. Don't speed. And there we go, in for our first stop of the race then. Let's get to work. We're going to get really good at this pit stop method by the end of this. Lovely, right, medium's on, so my bad, I forgot to choose the wets, so mediums it is. We're going to have to make these work. I might actually just do 1 lap and then pit, to be fair. I think the soft tyre is the tyre that we want, so let's get back underway and get to work.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
Cheers Elvis, let's get the wet selected for this lap and we'll box for that tyre at the end. DRS will now be enabled as we make our way onto lap 3, but we're going to box now for the wet tyre and we have to do 2 laps on this one, so this is going to be the most painful part of this challenge, I think, having to survive on this tyre and probably overheat like crazy. So here we go, full wet selected. This time we've not made a mistake, and there we go. So let's see how long it lasts in terms of being at a decent temperature. I think we're going to probably last 1 sector, I reckon, and by the time we're in sector 2 it's going to be getting hot already. Oh, there we go, that's the first moment. Tyres are just starting to get a bit hot now, although to be fair they've lasted longer than I thought. 1 more lap on these. The second lap's going to be painful though. I'm not looking forward to it one bit as the back end starts to snap away. Oh my god. Oh yeah, now we're struggling. We've gone from driving on ice blocks to radioactive rear tyres that are so hot they could melt things. You probably took an egg on them, to be fair. Oh my god. Oh, here we go, drift simulator. Look at our rears. You actually could throw an egg on those tyres. Right then, we've done the 2 laps. We can now go for the intermediates, which should be a lot better. Dare I say, pretty raceable actually. Oh, we almost speed into the pits as well. Okay, pit stop number 3. Let's nail it again. Come on boys, nice and quick please. Lovely. Right, intermediate's on, and after this we'll get the soft tyre on and go all the way to the end. So we're going to be pitting at the end of lap 6. Quite a way to go on the softs to be fair, 10 laps. I should have probably got the softs out of the way, but I made a mistake, so I've got to do all my actions.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
Right, these should last a little bit longer, and I should be a bit quicker on these. Dare I say, actually able to set a fastest lap on those. A couple of purple sectors to kick off our intermediate tyre stint. We're going to get the soft tyres ready. Both ourselves and the AI have just one stop left, so the gap you see is the net gap. So we have to make up 30 seconds to get our way back to P19, and then probably another 20 seconds to get to the front. So you're looking at nearly a minute. Purple sector 1. Tyres are still not getting hot. These are hanging on actually quite nicely, so definitely quite a racy tyre to be fair. Not even that bad in terms of driving. This would have been a purple lap and a fastest lap, but still we're going to have to bail out and get the soft tyre on. Let's go for it. Our last stop of the race. And then we can just send it on the softs for the rest of the race and just give it everything we've got. Even then we still set our fastest lap coming to the pit lane. Wow. Here we go. Come on boys, nice and quick. Lovely, 2.4 again. Right, soft tyres on. Stone cold, but they should heat up pretty quickly after a sector. And from this point on now, it's going to be just about catching up. The AI should start pitting this lap probably as well. So let's see how this all works out as we get back underway. I definitely got the fuel wrong. We've done all of our stops and I'm still a lap under, so we're going to have to fuel save, which isn't ideal. The AI are starting to pit now, so I'm going to try and drive like a conservative-ish pace, 1 or 2 seconds off what I can do, and try to save some fuel because we only have 10 laps to get this fuel back on board, which is not ideal. I definitely am used to my team where the car is already a bit more efficient than the default cars. So let's try and get some fuel back on target. Here we are catching up to Latifi, who has just stopped. Sebastian Vettel has car issues, so he's struggling for pace. But we should get past a pair of them this lap as we lift and coast into the majority of corners to try and save a bit of fuel.
Okay, George is coming in for his stop.
So the remaining cars are in the pits as we breeze past Latifi, and we're going to get Seb as well. 2 down. 17 to go. We're going to set a new fastest lap, even in fuel saving mode. Quite a few cars leaving the pit exit right now, so we're going to gain a few more places here. We get past Stroll, Albon, Magnussen, and Sonoda. No, not quite. He completely blocks me off. We'll get him into turn 3. And Joe will also be a sitting duck on a hard tyre, which is stone cold. So there we go, another one down. Up to P13 now, and some DRS for good measure. Look at this, these three really struggling on their tyres. Probably not the temperature just yet, but also the fact that just 0% AI are so slow. We're going to go to the outside and get all 3 of them maybe? Oh yes, lovely. Up next, Ocon for P9. The AI are actually slower than I thought on 0% around here. On the outside we go. Apparently the patch has made AI slower, so maybe they're not as competitive anymore. Up next, Bottas, and then it's Norris after that. Here we go, Bottas. This should be pretty straightforward. Lovely. Now let's go after Lando. We should be on the back of him. Down to turn 5. Use up a bit of battery. Fuel slowly coming back as well. Doing quite a bit of lift and coast and short shifting as we get the cut back on Norris through there. Up to P7. Now it's Fernando and George. Here we go. We'll get them both around the outside here, I think, just like on the last lap. Fernando first. And then George. P5. Now Perez and Leclerc remain. New fastest lap 22.3 as we get close to Perez now. We should have a look into turn 3 here. Closing in. First warning for track limits. Gonna get a nice cut back there. Thank you, Checo. And now we're chasing the podium. 2 Ferraris up the road. We're gonna easily smash this challenge out the park. I think we're gonna add another layer to this. Can we try to lap the AI at the same time? Let's find out. Let's take it one by one first. Let's get the Ferraris. As we're about to get on target for fuel. We're getting close now, just 0.4 away. Around the outside of Leclerc. And now Sainz. And then Verstappen will follow at the end of the lap. Nice bit of lift and close through there. And up next, the world champion, Verstappen. On the outside. Job done. So P1 and on course for a new fastest lap. Now the next part of the challenge, I guess, seeing as we've done it, can we try to lap?
Okay, we want you to pit this lap, so push now, push.
We're done, Elvis, mate. We've already finished. We've done our stops. We're done, mate. Okay, fuel back on target. We can start to push now, normally. Let's see how many cars we can lap in the remainder of this challenge. Here we go then, the lapping of cars begins. My rear tyres are getting hot. I forgot to change the pressures, so I can't actually drive flat out, otherwise I'm going to overheat my tyres like mad. Anyway, Latifi gets out of the way, so does... Well, never mind. I thought, yeah, okay, Seb does get out of the way, kind of. Not ideal, but 2 down. Let's try and lap the whole grid. It's not going to be easy, but we've still got 2 laps to go, so it is possible. Albon next. Thank you, mate. We're going to get a nice bit of DRS, I think, on the pit straight. Stroll moves over to one side as well.
Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now.
Here's Elvis. Joe moves over as well. Let's go, let's go. Let's see how many cars we can clear here. 2 laps to go. Magnussen, Tsunoda next. Magnussen moves over. Tsunoda probably won't do the same thing. Gonna have to wait a bit longer to clear him. There we go. Thank you, mate. Very well behaved, that AI. I've got to say, with the blue flags, they've got out of the way quite nicely. 4 more cars actually, upcoming. First one, Schumacher. After that, Ricciardo. Let's get after it. Thank you, Mick. Daniel, Pierre, and Esteban. Just gonna go around the outside. Easy done. As we head on to the last lap, let's see how many more cars we can pass. Up next, Valtteri Bottas. As we get our tyre wear warning come up on the MFD. Around the outside of Valtteri. And I don't know if we're going to catch the next bunch of cars. Norris, Alonso, Russell. It's going to be close. I think we might just get them. And that'll be it, I think. We're just going to miss out on Perez and the top 4. Here we go. Let's see, we're going to win it, of course, in dominant fashion. Very easy challenge. It seems like the AI have been knocked down a bit in terms of general pace anyway. And we're going to clear Norris only, I think. Even then, I'm not sure we will. We're not even going to get Alonso and Russell. There we go. Getting the run on Lando. Up to the line. Can we lap him in time? Not quite.
No, that's the race win. That is the race win. You've been amazing today, mate. You deserve that. Well done.
The Mercedes team pulled out a fantastic performance today. They should be proud. So, Natalie, what do you think helped them deliver this result?
I think the key here was just the quality of racecraft. I mean, how many overtakes did they make overall? I'm sure we have a stat person keeping score somewhere, and it was fantastic to watch, wasn't it? This is a strategic sport, but it's always really gratifying to see close-fought battles on track. It's what all the fans are after.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part, Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners.
Well, there you have it then. Job done as we smashed the challenge out of the park. We lapped all the way up to 9th place, and I would say that was pretty damn successful. Next time, we will try to go a bit higher on the difficulty, maybe 10-15%, especially at Portimao if we ever do it again around this circuit. But guys, if you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe. Let's try and smash over 1,000 likes. And also, I'm on the road to 100,000 subs, guys. Any help would be massively appreciated. As always, a massive plug to the members, and finally check out the 2 videos on screen if you haven't seen them already. But that's it from me here today, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Until then, take care, and it's goodbye from me.